And this one. This is the ultimate thing. The best tip, the number one tip that you should be taking away from this entire video that can get you in shape as quickly as possible. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit the bells for notifications for when I upload a new video, hit the like button, comment down below, share the video, all the shebang. And let's get started. So the reason why you are joining in on this video is because you want to know my secrets on how to lose weight and get in shape in the best shape of your life. So let's get started with all the tips and tricks that I can give you to get you on your journey. So for me, I'm going to be blunt with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to feed you some bullshit. That's what you want to hear. I'm sorry if you want to hear some fake news, then I don't know, go watch CNN, I guess. Gotta have my energy drink. So with this, you have to understand there's no shortcuts when you're trying to get in shape and trying to lose weight. There's no one set thing for every person out there that will help you lose weight, gain muscle, get in shape, and transform your life. I mean, you have to think about this. How old are you currently? How many years have you been alive? And you've been in this same cycle over and over again. I know for me that when I wanted to get in shape, I was 20 years old. That's 20 years of bad habits and no knowledge, no nothing, and I just wanted to get in shape and wanted like that, just like everyone else does. And it was stupid for me to think that I could do this just like that, like it's just gonna click and all of a sudden I'm just gonna be in some amazing shape and that's what it's gonna be like. But it's not. You have to learn. You have to learn your body. You need to make mistakes, and I made plenty of mistakes on my journey. It wasn't like it was, oh, Danielle's going to get fit and healthy and she's just going to know everything. No, I had to make plenty of mistakes. I tried everything. I did all the fad diets out there. I watched my calories and I watched my carbs and my fat and all this stuff. I wanted to become a vegetarian at one point, and I did that for a long time. And all it did was make me very, very moody, and I did not feel good most of the time. And it soon got to the point where I was dizzy and I had to go to the doctor. And then I realized that vegetarianism is not your friend. The reason why for a lot of these diets that they don't work out is because it takes a lot of effort to make that actually a part of your life and easy. To become a vegetarian, it's not that simple. Ooh, you just have to eat veggies and no meat and it's just going to be amazing. You're going to have this healthy, fantastic life. No, to actually know how much vitamins, minerals, and nutrients your body needs, you need to go to a dietitian and a nutritionist to actually know what your body needs. It's a lot more simple if you have that doctor there to tell you, okay, this is what you need to eat if you want to be on this type of a diet. So that way you won't be lacking in your nutrients. I know that's one thing that led me down a very bad road when I first was getting started. So don't make those mistakes. Learn from Danielle. Don't do that. So you also need to learn your body type. You have, of course, maybe most people out there have heard of the 3 body types. 3, not 6, 3. So there is the ectomorph, who is skinny, hard to gain weight. The mesomorph, who I call the thicker person. They're not skinny, they're not fat, they're just the in-between. And then you have the endomorphs. The endomorphs, it's hard for them to lose weight. All this plays into genetics. And this is the only time that genetics is going to play into any part of your health journey. You heard me right. Yeah. So don't be blaming your genetics all the time for the reason why you are overweight, because that is not an excuse. You should need to, if you are, doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, eating correctly, watching your intake, exercising regularly, and then you're still not seeing those results, and I mean truly dedicated to this, then you can probably want to go see a doctor to see what's going on, because that's not right. But it is true. With your genetics, you are going to be predisposed to either being super skinny, hard to gain weight. I know from a fact that even though you are super skinny and you try to gain weight and it's hard, it's not impossible. My brother, who is a bodybuilder, when he was younger, he was an ectomorph. He still is. It's very hard for him to gain weight. It's easy for him to lose weight and get really shredded. So when he was young and he was trying to work out and get started, it was so hard for him to try to put on muscle. So hard. It wasn't easy. It didn't happen overnight. But he learned his body. He learned how much work and effort it would have to put in to gain that muscle, to gain that weight. And finally he did. And he is amazing and he is doing phenomenal. Don't forget to check him out at Danielle.Tucker.Fitness or Sean Tucker something or other. I'll link it right here. But that is something that you have to learn. So with the mesomorphs, I am a mesomorph. So for me, it's a lot easier for me to gain weight than it is to lose weight. But it's hard for me. Would it be something that like, I'm not going to be like morbidly obese type. I would just be that like skinny fat person. That's how I am. That's how I grew up. I was never tremendously overweight. My bone structure is really tiny, but the amount of fat that I can gain on a tiny frame is a lot. So even though I can look skinny, it's really easy for it to be a lot of fat. And that's one of the things that I hated growing up, because it wasn't like I was huge. It was just that I had no muscle. I had a lot of cellulite. It was really hard for me to lose weight and try to get my body into shape. But the good thing about mesomorphs is that because you can keep on some fat and because you need fat to essentially build muscle with, it is easier for me to build muscle than it is for a lot of other body types, such as the ectomorphs. It's going to be a lot easier for me because my body can put on a little bit more fat mass and use that as energy and use that to help me build muscle and keep my energy when I need it. So it's a good give and take. You have to, with a mesomorph, you definitely have to, when you want to get shredded, when you want to lean down, you really, really have to watch out nutrition. You really have to do your cardio and really have to make sure that you are just staying on track with everything. It's not like it has to be stressful or anything like that. You just got to be mindful of what you're doing with your body. Now with the endomorphs are those people that are out there that, they have a lot more fat cells in their body. It's not saying that this is the excuse you should be using to not lose weight or because that you can't lose weight. Just because you're a endomorph does not mean you can't be fit and healthy and skinny or skinnier or thicker, such as, you may not want to be a twig, but it's going to be easier for you to gain muscle because you have that fat on you that can be used as energy. The thing that you are going to work hard at and you have to work hard at is watching your nutrition, how much energy you use so you can burn a lot of calories per day. And you're going to have to be a little bit more active than the mesomorph and a lot more active than the ectomorph has to be. You just have to put in the effort. Once you build up muscle though, and you want to you want to build up muscle, because when you put muscle on you, you burn more calories at rest. If you're burning more calories all the time, then it's easier for your body to use that fat and get it off of you. And eventually, you won't be quote unquote an endomorph necessarily. You'll be more of a mesomorph. You can actually change your body composition to suit your goals and suit your needs. Now, it's going to be a lot more hard for you to get that like very slender body. It may take you a while if you're really wanting to put that work, and if you really want to be that really slender, twiggish look. If that's what you're going for, great. Just put in the time and effort. It's nothing that you have to do overnight. It's not something you can do overnight. Unless you go get surgery, which is lazy, and you should not be lazy because then you're just going to get fat again. So don't do that. And going on, the biggest mistake that I can see people doing, and the biggest tip that I can tell people, is stop fad dieting. Fad diets never work. This is literally a marketing ploy to get your money. Keto diets, low carb diets, low fat diets, high fat diets. You have so many different diets that are out there that people just want to bank on you on. Oh, look at this new meal. It says keto on it, so it has to work. That's not going to happen. Just because it's keto doesn't mean it's good for you. It's really high fat. So unless you're like really active and using that fat source, then it's not going to help you. You need to do your research. Actually, if you research most of those diets that are out there, long term, they're bad for you. Short term, you'll get your results enough so they can steal your money. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Not really. The thing that you want to do when it is coming to your diet is to learn your body type. Okay? For me, a lot of people are like, you must not eat carbs. I love carbs. Love them. Eat a shit ton of them every day. Like, a lot. And it's not like I have that low of fat intake either. And I eat a decent amount of calories. But why? Because I work out every day. Like, I'm in the gym about 5 to 6 times per week. Usually for an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes a little bit longer depending on what I'm doing. And then I try to be active as I can during the day. If you have a sedentary job, which I do, I try to make sure that I take advantages of my breaks that I go on. I try to take advantage of the time that I'm not at work and I don't have to be sedentary. Or if you have a sedentary job, see about ways to get unsedentary at that job, even if it's just for 5 minutes every half hour. That's not too bad. It's not a lot to do. So I do want to let you know that carbs are actually good for you. Your body is fueled on carbs. It's what it's supposed to do. The reason why the keto diet works is because your body is scientifically supposed to fuel itself off of glucose, which comes from carbs. The reason why when you take the carbs out of the scenario, you up your fat really high, your liver and kidneys have to adjust to this. And the way they do this, they make ketone bodies. Now, ketone bodies are they're molecules in your body that gets released when your body is in starvation mode. It's not supposed to regularly release ketones into your body for this. And that's why in this cycle, when you're transitioning into this, yes, you'll probably see that you'll lose a decent amount of weight within the first 3 to 6 months, and then you plateau, and then you wondering what just went on. Your body's not supposed to do this. Okay? So stop these stupid dietings and eat your carbs. Like, eat them. Like, I'm giving you permission to eat your carbs. Now, of course, in moderation. And if you have any questions, concerns, go ask a nutritionist on what is best for your body type. And this one. This is the ultimate thing. The best tip. The number one tip that you should be taking away from this entire video that can get you in shape as quickly as possible. Watch how many carbs that you eat or calories you eat per day. Okay? You need to watch how many calories you eat per day. If you're not burning that much and you're overly eating, why do you think that you're gaining weight? Why do you think you're not losing weight? It's because the calories you're expending is less than the calories you're consuming. So you're going to have to drop these down, not quickly. Never do that quickly. Even when I'm trying to cut for a show or cut or just get a little bit leaner, I don't go from 3,000 calories down to 1,800 in one day. It takes me weeks, months for me to go from this many calories and slowly, week by week, just drop it a little so I don't hate my life. So my body can get adjusted to it and be okay with it instead of me going, oh my gosh, I'm hungry all the time. I want to go and binge eat. Oh my gosh, let's just go eat everything. And then you're like, eating it, and then afterwards you feel like shit because you just ate all that and you weren't supposed to. So slowly reduce your calories, slowly get it down to where you need to, and just you need to track your weight. Don't be afraid of the scale. So if you are tracking your weight every day and you're tracking your calories, you can see the correlation between how many calories you need for you to lose so much pounds per week. Okay? And of course, 1 to 1.5, 2 pounds per week is pretty good. That's good. You don't want to lose more than that per week. That's not good for you. Trust me. Trust me. So just slowly drop those calories down for you. And then ultimately this is up to you. Okay? You have to be dedicated. You have to have that determination. You need to find in you what is your motivational factor that can motivate you to get off your lazy ass every day and get to the gym, or go out for a walk, or go for a run, or go have a swim, or go take a bike ride, or whatever it is that you want to do to get more active. Find out what's going to motivate you. That scares the living shit out of you enough to get off your ass and get out there. I know a lot of things, like for me, it was the fact that I saw how an unhealthy, unactive lifestyle took a toll on members of my family, such as my mom. And I didn't want to be like that. If I thought it was selfish, ultimately, I thought it was selfish because if I had a kid and I knew that the things that I was doing could cause me to die soon and my kid would have to deal with that when it didn't need to happen, like that's insane. That's so selfish of a person. You should, if you have kids, you should be more motivated to get healthy and in shape because your kids depend on you. Your kids want you there, and you're doing everything in your power so you don't live as long. So you need to find your motivation. Get yourself up every day. Every day, even when it's hard, even when you want to do everything else, or if you just want to sit in bed and lay in bed and cuddle up with that blanket because it feels so great. Yeah, it does. But once you get up, you'll be okay. So just get up, get active, keep going, and you're going to be amazing and great. And you always have my support. Of course, if you need anything, comment down below and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. But until next time, see you guys.